This is a good topic right here. Now let's look at this. NASA astronaut claims that aliens have prevented a nuclear war on Earth. And there have been accounts that UFOs have been spotted along or beside power plants, and that they have intervened in wars. Were they good? Were they good or were they bad? If they prevented a nuclear holocaust, I would say, yeah, I think that's pretty good. I really do think that would be great. If you're just tuning in, hello. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. Hello, everyone. So this is, I like to go over to that Microsoft thing because they have different headlines. Well, they got all kinds of headlines, but that right there is a lot more UFO stuff coming out. And there are people who have had no trauma related with their experiences with UFOs. They've spotted them or they've saw the beings and stuff, and they never suffered any trauma. They don't have a bad experience, but there are some who do, you know, the reptilians got them. The reptilians did you know what to them, and that wasn't very pleasant. It wasn't. For some strange reason, the reptilians are kind of not too nice. It's just them. But let's look at this, you all. Let me come over here. Gina, honey, what you gonna do? I'm gonna come over here, right here. Look at that. You know, chances are that right there is probably a real UFO being depicted as it is not. And it could be man-made. It could be. I should have had this turned to the side, but I didn't. I've got the music thing turned off. Look at these. So look how they would work. They switched off 10 nuclear warheads. That's what they claim so far. And no one wants a nuclear war. Look, these are all the different depictions of the nuclear war thing. U.S. Air Force veterans, let me see, haven't been given accounts of alien encounters. American Department of All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office has been something, you all. Gina, you got so many windows open. Former Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Officer. 1967, an orange UFO briefly hovered. An orange one, you all. There's been a lot of depictions. Seconds after the sighting was reported in Celeste, all 10 missiles at the base dropped offline, one after the other. Investigators were told that the nuclear weapons were unlaunchable and it took several hours to repair them again. Well, I think that's a good thing. A probe was launched by the military at the time to be. No explanation was ever found why the missiles were shut down. I've been wanting to tell a government agency my story for over 50 years, this person says, for over 50 years. So, look at this. Here are all the reasons why aliens probably exist. Why are they talking like that, you all? Why would they talk like that? Why are the reasons? Let's look at this, Gina, honey. Can you do it? U.S. Air Force veteran is a whistleblower, you all. Oh, America's long history. Government is in possession of the UFOs. This is the body cam footage. This is Las Vegas. So they're really ramping everything up. Media frenzy and everything. At walk, UFOs, science fiction. You know they're not. You know that's not. And there are ships up there in the sky. We know this. I have really been told, and I've been seeing it. You've been seeing it. More and more news articles about these UFOs. But they have been depicted. Yes, we can do it. We can get this information out. You got to be spontaneous. You got to have a lot of enthusiasm. You got to believe in what you're doing, or you ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. If it's not within you, you ain't going to make it. You're not, no matter what it is you are. They have. We know it. They have. What have they done? They prevented. Let's listen to this, you all. Could the aliens, the extraterrestrials, be to thank for a nuclear war for preventing it on Earth? That's what the former NASA official said. Edgar Mitchell, who was involved in Apollo 14 mission, gained a reputation reputation for sharing his theories when he arrived back from the moon in 1971. He was the 6th man on the moon in the lunar module. Look at that. Let me finish reading this, you all. Speaking to the Mirror, he alleged that the aliens were responsible for preventing nuclear war between the U.S. and the Soviets in the height of the Cold War. Have you all been seeing some more UFO activity around your area? I'm sure you have, because they're sightings. People have seen them throughout their life. They have. All that at the same time. Let's see this, you all. At that time, Mitchell focused on the White Sands Missile Range facility in New Mexico. There is a lot of activity there, you all. A lot. That's what it was the White Sand testing ground for atomic bombs. Where we at? Where's that word, atomic bombs? Gina, can you find it? I can find it. It's right there. This is the testing ground for atomic bombs. That's what the extraterrestrials were interested in. They wanted to know about our military capabilities, and talking to people to make clear that the ETs had been attempting to keep us from going to war and help create peace on Earth. Isn't that what happened to Admiral Byrd? When Admiral Byrd went inside the Earth, well, someone wrote in the comment section that he went with a fleet of ships, and something happened to the ships, like the boats and stuff like that, when he went to, was it, I don't know where it was at, Antarctica or something. His ships got destroyed. But he went there. The story is he went to the Middle Earth. And when he was at the Middle Earth, the leader of the Middle Earth, they didn't want the Earth destroyed. They did not. And that was right around that time frame of when the 1947, 48 and stuff like that. Everything started picking up. All these agencies started getting created, and the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Roswell and the Israel becomes a nation. There was a lot of activity that started taking place. It's like a ramp up of everything. And I'm sure if they live in Middle Earth, no, they don't want a Moab bomb being dropped down inside where they're at, if they're good interdimensional beings, and destroying their home, their habitat. But if they're pure evil, they deserve to get destroyed. But then what we may think of evil, some extraterrestrial or interdimensional or inner earth being, to them it's just normal. It's just normal. We're just an animal. We're just an animal. Well, we're a mammal. We are a mammal, you all, but still, they have prevented nuclear war. And I have to believe within my being, which I do, that we're not on this earth all by ourselves. I do believe, and I feel it in my heart, that there is good out there helping us, good forces, good beings, angelic beings, interdimensional beings, because they can come and go as they please. If the evil can come and go as they please, the good can come and go as it pleases, you all. It can. Hey, look at this Admiral. But let's see if we can get a picture of the UFOs by the UFOs and nuclear plants, because I'm sure we can get it. Nuclear plants and wanting to launch missiles. Somebody is really hell-bent on destroying the Earth. They really are. And they would love it. They'd love it to go up in a great big ball of fire. But it's been prevented. And you have to ask yourself, why has it been prevented? Ancient aliens. Look at this. Now, how many have seen this in the sky, Gina? You're not looking at the comments. I know I'm not. I'm too busy running my mouth. I'm too busy running my mouth, and I won't keep my mouth shut. I won't. Because if I look at the comments, I'm not going to be able to concentrate unless I pause and do that right there. I'm just being honest. I am being honest. Spotted. Look, a UFO spotted near the Russia thing. Well, I can't see the UFO. And then look at these possible UFOs spotted near Russia. The IAEA thing right there. Look at that. And these are depictions. Gina, these are not real. Who said they're not real? There's things like that. There are things like that. Look. why they aren't the UFOs drawn. So let's see. There's one right there. There's some right here. And you know they got better images than that. You know they got a better image than that right there. They have a crystal clear image of the image that's floating around on the internet. They do. Crystal clear. Oh. This is neat looking. Have you all seen this? I don't think the satellites look like that. But have they? Look at that. Crash site 1947. They have intervened. And what about that 6-day Israeli war? What happened that? Remember that war? 6-day Israeli war. Some divine interference or something occurred. And then boom, that was the end of that. The 6-day war, somebody intervened. Something intervened. Some unknown power. 6-day war is what happened. Well, we would love peace on earth. We really would. Look at this. The 6-day war. And it's not going to come right out and say it. I can't remember the story of it right offhand. I can't. But something happened and the people left. They left just like that. But this is, we're talking about the UFOs. Look. Multiple witnesses say they saw fighter jets engaging a UFO over Michigan. Well, over Michigan, isn't that where Lake Michigan is? And they go into the water too, you all. They go inside the water. Let me see this, you all. Every day it seems okay, Penny. You have to exit, vaporize. Something got vaporized? I'm sure it did. Wait a minute. There was something about CERN. They got a nuclear fission breakthrough. That's got to be CERN, nuclear fusion breakthrough. Right here. Nuclear fusion breakthrough suggests limitless energy is closer than expected. Okay. So we're back to this story. They have prevented missiles from being launched. They have, or we would have obliterated one another. All it takes, and at one point, all it took was one person not pushing that button because someone wanted to start a nuclear war. You got that right there. Let me do this. Michigan here and weird things all the time. Your phone has been doing something for the fast. If your all's phones are acting up and things like that, my phone's been acting up too. A lot of people's phones are acting up, and something's going on. It really is. It's like behind the scenes. There's upgrades and things that are taking place, and we don't even know what the upgrades are. We don't. I don't know what they are. Hello. You're noticing a lot of, oh, really? A lot of 6s? Angelica, Maya? Oh, wow, that's really interesting. Cyber wars? I'm sure there is cyber wars. And nuclear plants. Nuclear plants, you all. That's right. If they don't want a nuclear war to start, there's not going to be one because they will intervene. Why can't humans get along? Really, why can't we? It is said that the coming race, you remember the coming race, the Vril, V-R-I-L? They're inside the earth, and they got these super powers, the Vril. They got great big wings. They are, they have the belief in a one main entity, the Virilia does, the Vril species, and everybody gets along. Everybody gets along, but inside, it's way down in the earth. You ever seen or read the story, anything about it, and somebody just so happened to go down inside the earth and met one of these species, and they were very tall, but they had like something. He was going to be retrofitted with mechanical like wings and stuff, and I don't think he did it. He didn't. We resist to spend the money on the phones every year. That's right. That's right, you all. They want you to keep upgrading your phone when nobody wants to have to continually upgrade the phones. You don't want to do that, you all. Gina, what is your subject matter? UFOs around nuclear power plants. They intervened to prevent nuclear annihilation, and they turned off missiles that were going to be launched that would like trigger world war. They've done it. See, like some of these pictures right there. You can't make it out. What did you say? Brigadier General Ryder, Pat Ryder. Are you saying something about them? See, why is Harvard astrophysics working? See, that's a UFO right there too. That these right here. Prepare yourself for little green men. If there's going to be green men, they're not going to be little. They're going to be gigantic with scales. Big, scaly, greenish, tannish reptilians who have the ability to shapeshift into anybody that they're around. And it was said if you were trying to track a reptilian in a crowd and you were looking for a certain human figure that it like emulated, within that crowd, it can take on the shape and a different person, and you wouldn't find them. They would escape you, just like that, totally escape you. Look, these UFOs in the sky too. They're all around and they're everywhere. So it's really interesting if things start ramping up, really, when they really, really ramp up war-wise, are we going to have more like UFOs come out and do something to get the attention of the powerful elite on the earth, the war machine, to where they will literally be stopped in their tracks? Are they going to stop a World War III from occurring? Because the stakes are a lot higher. They're really high. See, like that. And who's to know? Are they opening up wormholes? It could be. They could be opening up wormholes. Gina, are you done? Yeah, I guess I'm done. But these right here lights, there are people. We had a troll. There was a troll. His name was Jeremiah on the Telegram. I went over to the Telegram. I was asking for your comments about the Telegram because I haven't been over there for a long, long, long time. And a troll came in. And I caught him arguing back and forth with someone named Raw. And I was talking, and then he apologized. But the very next day, today, oh, he was slamming everybody on the YouTube channel in a negative energy. And Susan B told me, and I blocked him. He was a troll. He was a troll. As soon as my voice was heard on that Telegram, because I was interacting, he was on his best behavior. But then when he saw I wasn't commenting anymore over the next day, boom, he just bam, 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 bam. It's still up. My Telegram account is, because it is good, and it's still public. But guess what I did? I turned it to members only can comment. And before you join, even though it's public, you got to get approved. I don't even know how it's going to work, but I did that. I left it public, you all. So these have been spotted around places where they wanted to launch weapons and stuff like that, missiles. They have literally, they can shut it down. They shut down the weapons systems because their technology is so far advanced. So I guess that's good for us, because you don't want to be in a country and another country is about to launch missiles on you, and you personally, the humans, they didn't do nothing wrong, but you have some rogue person, boom, and then you're gone. You're gone at no fault of your own. It's just a power struggle between these power figures, these big power people. It's not good, you all. So they can intervene, and they don't always have to be bad. They don't have to be bad to intervene. If good can come out of it, it's great. It really is great. No one wants war. I dislike war, although there is a time for war. There's a time for war, and there's a time for peace. And I doubt that we're dealing with more. We're dealing with more than little Chinese balloons. Okay, that's really a lot. That's no, they're not going over there, turning off the missiles, shutting down the systems. They're not over there doing things like that. A balloon. No, it is a UFO, more or less, higher species. They are the ones that are intervening. And look at that beam of light right there. I do want to tonight. I want to play some of that Dr. Stephen Greer. I want to play one of them. One of the things, look at this. Right there, you see that UFO? That was kind of like the one that the Marine was speaking about. Right there, minus the lights on the bottom. But it had like the Simon, that little thing there. You push it and the lights light up. Just like that. There's some bad beings on the earth and interdimensionally and inside the earth, and there's some bad humans cooperating with them. There is. That's okay. We're gonna bring it all out in the open. We are. Look at that. Look what they did. Did a UFO disarm this right here? That's a different looking species. It looks kind of like a plasma. It does. Gina, are you running out of steam? I am. I'm not to talk no more. I'm not. I'm done with this talk right here, you all. But they have been spotted around the nuclear power plants. They have disarmed things. It's just like when you fly over a certain area, like the Bermuda Triangle, your compasses don't work. They don't work at all. Or you've been somewhere else and everything goes haywire. Nothing works. Or you're driving down the road and all of a sudden there's this UFO up in the sky and your car completely dies. Everything electronically dies. Kind of like an EMP. So where did we get the technology of that like that? You all think about it. A EMP. But then with the extraterrestrials, with the aliens, they have the ability to turn your car, make it functional again, but they can disable everything electronic on it all of a sudden as you're there. Shut it all down. And then we're done. Then after you had your time lapse around 3 or 4 hours of missing time, you're back in your car and your car works and then you drive off. So they have that type of technology. They do, which is interesting. It's good that they erase a lot of people's memory because I don't think you'd want to remember if you had something really bad done to you because it would be very traumatizing, although there are some people who are traumatized because they do remember. But that's all right, you all. I'm going to go and check out this morning's video. It was really interesting. It really was interesting. There's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes. And there are different perspectives on what is happening in the world. People view the world through different filters. And I'm not completely right. Neither is no one else. I don't have all the answers. I may feel within my being that it's like the pieces of the puzzle are fitting together quite nicely. And then there are some people may feel within their being, no, they're not fitting together quite nicely. You got it all wrong. Well, they fit quite nicely to me. They do. And you may perceive it another way, but don't be disrespectful in your comments. So I'm going to go, you all. I'm going to go. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. I hope to see you tonight. Story time with Gina. That's right. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you, moderators. Love you.